Hey there, and welcome to another episode of your favorite libertarian. It's me, possibly your favorite libertarian. In today's episode, we are continuing the Building a Basement Gym series by continuing to build the basement gym. Today, we are going to be putting trim on the floor and around the door after our previous video, which was installing the horse stall mats, and putting the Gorilla Tape, Gorilla Noise, on the floor. But before we start the actual video, two things. One is that I take prayer requests. So if you have any of those, you can put them in the comment section below, or you can DM me on Instagram if you'd like. Same handle, your favorite libertarian on Instagram. Also, if you would like to help support the channel monetarily, besides all the things that you guys do, being awesome and liking the videos, commenting in the videos, sharing the videos, watching the video all the way through. Besides all that, if you want to help support me monetarily by buying some awesome stuff for your basement gym, not paying any extra, and in a lot of cases getting exclusive discounts, you can go to my link tree, which is in the description or in the pinned comment in this video. It takes you to all the links and you can buy all the cool stuff. But if you use my links while you do it, it helps out the channel so I can continue to make this series and help recoup some of the costs from this series, because this series is not inexpensive to make. All right, with no further ado, let's get on to the actual video. The first thing we did, which you're not seeing in this part of the video, is that we had to rip a little bit off of one of the pieces of trim, the one that is to the far right, because there just was not enough room in between the one wall and the hinges to fit that piece in. So we did that. We cut the other pieces at 45-degree angles on the ends, except for obviously the one that's going all the way to the floor on the other side on the left. And we test fitted it to see how it lined up. We did have to make a couple cuts because the saw that we're using doesn't cut 45-degree angles very well. 80 and a half.
Grab that guy.
For the record.
Leave the tape in there.
Oh. But after we made our corrections and made our cuts, we were able to place the trim on the wall and fasten it in place with a finishing nail gun.
I like that. Back here doesn't look bad.
Oh, that's great. Oh, just look at it. Look at it. Well, I hope you guys remember to wear your 3D goggles for this part of the video. Whoa! It's a stud finder. Insert your dad jokes here. What am I doing here? Well, I'm glad you asked. What I'm doing is I'm taking the stud finder to find out where the studs are in the wall. Then I'm placing two finishing nails in that same spot over the trim to fasten the trim to the wall. And then in between those spots, I'm also going along the bottom and putting another finishing nail. That way, because there's a piece of wood that's on the ground that's part of the framing of the wall, I'm also going through the trim into the wood and even more so securing the trim to the wall. And that's how you do it. I should also note that as we get to the wall, we're cutting the end of the board at a 45-degree angle so that the other wall can meet up with another 45-degree angle and almost make it look seamless and very professional. Let's go in for a closer look, shall we? Besides making sure that all these boards are lining up with each other as I'm nailing, I'm also pushing down on the horse stall mats as much as I can so I can get a nice tight fit between the trim and the horse stall mats. You're probably wondering, hey, where's my dad during all this? Well, he's been cutting boards for me this entire time. Very nice. But I've made nailing look so fun that he wants to get in on the action too. Yeah, we just needed nails. At this point in the video, you might be picking up on a pattern here. We measure, my dad cuts the boards, terrific. I nail them in. We do this for quite some time until we are eventually completely finished. Man, I thought it looked good going from the concrete to the horse stall mats, but going from the horse stall mats to horse stall mats with trim, I'm blown away. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. How do we do? Let us know down there. As far as the materials we use, you're probably wondering what that trim was that we were installing everywhere. So in case you're wondering, you can get it at Lowe's. There is a 3-inch tall version, and then there is a 4 or 5 inch tall version. The 4 or 5 inch tall version is what we put all along the floor, and then the 3-inch wide was what we did for around the door. It is white and it is plastic, so it's really durable. You don't have to paint it, and it cuts just like anything else would cut. For the most part, there's going to be a lot of plastic shavings, so I guess that's a downside. And the other downside is going to be the price. It is not inexpensive because all of those positives that I listed, it knows it has, and they price that accordingly. So if you are looking to save money, it's not going to be the best option for you, but if you're looking for something that's going to be durable, easy to work with, and is going to be something you don't have to paint later, it might be a good option for you. And obviously, if you want it to be white, it's white. So if you're wanting a different color, don't get that. As far as the tools that we used in the project, for this part of the project, I won't go over all the tools for the entire weekend. If you want to know what we did to install the horse stall mats and cut them, that's its own separate video. You can watch that up here. But for this portion of the weekend, we used a miter saw for cutting. We also used a finishing nail gun, a DeWalt finishing nail gun, for putting in those finishing nails. And I think that's pretty much it. The only other thing we used was a hammer and a punch. And that was if we shot a nail in, it didn't go all the way through. It kind of like hit something hard and it wouldn't go far enough in where it was flush. We just use that to tap it in the rest of the way. And that's pretty much it as far as tools go. Also, I mean, it kind of goes without saying with these types of projects, but a tape measure to measure. And then I don't think we really used anything else except a pencil to write down some measurements so we didn't forget. But otherwise, that was it for all the tools that we used, in case you're wondering. If you care about the chronological order of things, first day of 2 weekends ago was the horse stall mats, which we did a video on. If you want to check that out, again, it'll be at the end of this video. But we installed the horse stall mats, brought them in, installed them, cut them, and then day 2, which is part of what you're seeing right now, is part of day 2, did the seams with the Gorilla Tape, and then we did the trim work, and we also did the doors. So my dad installed all the hardware on the doors while I was cleaning up, and that was pretty much it for day 2. And then day 3 is stuff that you haven't seen yet. So if you want to stay tuned to the series, there's going to be a lot of wood coming. And the wood is going to be black walnut. We're installing black walnut in this next video, both on the windowsill and on that back wall. And then we're also going to be installing something very similar to the color of the black walnut, but it is it's technically a different color. But basically what I got were these fake wood pieces that are flooring pieces that are adhesive stick-on pieces, so we can put them on that back wall and have a really cool like wood floor back wall accent for the top half of the wall. So then we can take that big piece of black walnut that is kind of like a shelf, and we can install that, nail it down, and then that back wall will be done for the most part, except for like something like an American flag, big American flag, maybe some backlighting. That can be its own video. But for what we're going to be doing in this next video is probably going to be all black walnut related, all wood related, all trim related. So stay tuned for that if you want to see that. I think in that video we might also attempt to do the trim around the ductwork, because there's just jagged holes that the drywallers cut in to go around the ductwork, and we need to finish that up and make it look nice. And we'll probably spray paint those black. So there's all that. If you want to stay tuned to the series, you'll be seeing that next video. And then after that is probably going to be barn doors. That's going to be the next big and kind of final big step for the basement. And then it's going to be stuff like doing backlighting stuff, hanging the flag, maybe building a shelf out of some of the other black walnut so we can put it over the workbench, bringing in the workbench. And then after that, it's going to be actually installing the gym equipment, which is what I'm super stoked about. That's kind of the whole reason I wanted to finish the entire basement, was so I could have this one space to work out in, have my workbench on, do all sorts of AR related activities on the workbench, and do all of the workout stuff, workout equipment reviews, just give you the tour of the finished space. That's kind of like the thing I'm most excited for, is the big reveal where I show you how everything looks once everything's done, and we're getting really close to that. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that. Make sure you click the notification bell so you get notified every time a new video in this series comes out, and make sure that you are putting the Building a Basement Gym series playlist, which will be at the end of this video, either this side or this side, I can't remember if this flips around, but it'll be at the end of this video. If you have that in your watch later list, then you can watch it whenever you want, and you can see where we started, which was really far from where we are now. So we've come a long way with the help of my family, My sons, my wife, my dad, we all have worked very hard on this project, so I really hope that you guys are enjoying watching it. And if you could, leave a like to let YouTube know that you like it. That would really help out a lot. And of course, if you want to help us recoup some of these costs in finishing the basement, I know it's not up to you to pay for the project, but if you want to see more content like this, it really helps if you click on the link in the description or in the pinned comment. It takes you to all the links that you would normally be shopping on if you're buying workout equipment or maybe some other fun stuff. And it helps the channel at the same time without costing you any additional money. And you're still also getting all the deals that are going on right now, including some exclusive discount codes for being my subscriber. If you could do that, that's awesome. And you're awesome. Last thing, I take prayer requests again. So if you have those, leave those in the comment section or DM me on Instagram. I love praying for you guys. If you could also pray for me that everybody involved in these projects stays safe, doesn't have any accidents, and is able to do everything quickly, efficiently, and really well, that would be much appreciated. And I would pray for you that you come to a saving knowledge of who Jesus Christ is. That's my prayer for all of you. And as always, thanks for watching. Stay free. God bless.
Up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah.